Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial, and today I'll be teaching you how to make this ruffle top. You can use any yarn of your choice. I'll be using a 4mm hook. You can also use any hook of your choice, but I like to use 4mm. First of all, you want to make a slip knot as usual, and you want to make sure you chain a chain that's long enough to cover your bust, because this is what this top really is doing. You don't have to make a chain that's long enough to go around your back because it's a backless top. So I'm just going to be chaining a chain that's long enough to cover my bust. So once you've measured it against your body, all you need to do is chain one, and we'll be going back with single crochets. So you just need to chain one and then go into the next chain, and you just single crochet all the way back down. The body of this top, so the part that covers your bust, is all going to be in single crochets. So you just need to keep single crocheting until you get to the end. Once you've got to the end, single crochet as normal. We're not doing any increase, we're not doing any decrease. And then you want to chain one, insert your hook into that first stitch and single crochet. So I'm going to do the rest off camera, but just make sure you create enough rows to cover your bust, and I'll come back. So I created about 8 rows, and now we're going to work on the top part of the top. This is the ruffle bit that you saw at the beginning of the video. I'll be using this shade to just kind of, line the top bit once I fasten off. So you just want to attach your yarn as normal. Chain one and just single crochet all the way across. Now this is optional. This is just because I'm going to be using a different color of yarn to line my work, so I've decided to just switch colors. If you're using one color, it's absolutely fine. It'll still look just as nice. So once you get to the end, you basically just fasten off, and we will be working on the ruffle part. You want to attach your yarn, and you want to chain around 12 chains. It's up to you, depending on how long you want the ruffles to be. You can make it shorter, but in this video I chain 12. And when you chain 12, you want to chain one, and you want to half double crochet in the next stitch. So this ruffle bit is just half double crochets, and so you half double crochet, once you get to the end of your work, you want to slip stitch into that next stitch and then go into the third stitch and single crochet. Switch over your work, and you want to half double crochet into that first stitch. So just make sure you are counting your stitches, because it's very easy to kind of miss it. Make sure you have 12 stitches, and just basically do the same thing. So when you get to the top, just make sure you single crochet and go back to half double crocheting. So this is the pattern. We'll just half double crochet in right at the top to make those ruffles. Once you get to the end, make sure you go into that next stitch to slip stitch, and the third stitch you single crochet, and then you just continue to half double crochet. But yeah, it's such an easy pattern. I'm just gonna keep going, and if anything is not clear, just put it in the comments and I'll aim to reply as soon as possible. So I realized I was running out of yarn, so I wanted to show you guys what I'm gonna do just to make sure I have enough yarn to finish this. So I'm basically just gonna keep half double crocheting, and then when I get to the end, I'm gonna slip stitch into that next stitch, and I'm gonna single crochet in the third stitch and the fourth stitch. That way, you know, it's easy. Although it's not, the ruffles are not a lot, it would still give me the shape I desire. So I'm almost done with the top part. Yeah, and so I'm just gonna show you guys how I finish it off. It's not gonna be different from what you've been doing, but I just thought, you know, I'm just gonna keep doing it, and yeah, you get, so once you get to the end, slip stitch as normal, single crochet into that next stitch and single crochet into that fourth stitch, and then you want to just go back with half double crochets. Yay! And that's the top part done, and so you just want to fasten off now, and we'll basically go to the bottom part. And you know what is interesting, what is nice about this is exactly the same pattern. So we're going to be doing the exact same thing but with a different color, because I actually ran out of yarn. I was trying to avoid it, but it was just gonna happen. So I'm going to be using this color, but we shall make it work. You want to attach, if you're using a different color too, you want to attach different yarn, and you want to chain about 10. Once you chain 10, you want to single crochet, and we want to half double crochet back on our work on that chain. So it's basically the same pattern as the top, but I'll show you what is different towards the end. So we're just doing the exact same thing. I told you that this pattern is so easy and is beginner friendly. So once you get to that end, you want to slip stitch into that stitch, and you want to single crochet into the next stitch and just half double crochet as normal. So I'm attaching the body colour to the bottom, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it, because I think it just looks a lot nicer when I line it with that colour. It just doesn't make it look odd. You don't have to do it. This is completely optional. It's just my preference, and if it's yours too, you can do it. So I finished and we're just going to fasten off now, and all we're going to do is chain a chain that's long enough to go through the ruffles bit. I chained around 300. That should be fine. So this is basically going to give it that ruched look. So you just want to insert it into those spaces at the top bit. You can use your hook as shown in the video, and it doesn't have to be like equal or anything. You can just count 2 spaces and insert the chain. So once you insert it at the front, you also want to insert it like pull through from the back, if that makes sense, and do the same thing so as you've seen in the video, and do the same thing at the front as well. And this gives it that ruched look when you pull it. So yeah, just keep doing that and we're almost done. So I'm just going to finish all of this off camera, and I will come back once I'm done. So once you finish, you just kind of want to insert the end of your chain to the back, and you want to do that the exact same thing to the other side. And basically this is your top done. I know it looks weird, but when you wear it, it just looks so nice. Yeah, and you just kind of want to cinch it together to give that. So yeah, I'm just going to line that top bit with the lighter shade because I think it looks a lot nicer. And you can also flip your work round, like if you've used 2 different shades. So yeah, this is the end of the video. You can just weave in your ends, and this is what it looks like on the right if you flipped it over. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.